If you were forced to live on the Fortnite island, which place would be the best to live in? Today I'm visiting every POI and deciding where me and my family should live, as I rank every location on a tier list and decide at the end of the video the very best place to live in Fortnite. Freaky fields. There's one thing for sure, we would never go hungry. There's enough pumpkins to last us literally forever. We would get pretty sick of eating only pumpkins, but at least it's a very livable house here, and it's actually a really big house as well. I could live the farmer life here with my very own tractor, my own barn. Let's ignore the fact that there's a load of creepy cobwebs everywhere. I can clear those up. Don't know why I can hear flies buzzing around everywhere. Hopefully those won't be here all the time. But when I do finally move into this beautiful giant house, I'll have a room for... Oh, I may have to get rid of all of this coverage and have a fireplace, sofas. I mean, the place needs a little bit of tidy up. Don't get me wrong, but look, kitchen. Are you kidding me? If I go upstairs, I got a bedroom. Wait, what? Okay, maybe I couldn't live in an upside down bedroom. This is getting a little bit more creepy than I first expected. I mean, I'd have a bedroom and bathroom for my kid and wife, be ritual candles, and goodness knows who's sleeping here with drinking beer in my roof. The biggest issue of this house is not how weird some of the rooms are, but if I went to go ahead and turn on the TV, I want to relax after a hard day of farming, literal Billy would come out. Oh my goodness. Get out my house, mate. This is mine now. Ooh, I couldn't be dealing with that every day. I would love to live here forever as a farmer, but every time it would turn to night, I would not be able to sleep with how freaky and scary it would be. So I may last a year. And Dr. Doom may have been defeated, but Doomstat, his town where you're just trying to create literal perfection, lives on, with speakers and cameras watching literally every single one of your steps. He's even got his own little shrine and henchmen walking around everywhere. You would have great security here, if you think about it. Look, befriend these guys, give them a bit of food each day, take them out for a drink. We've got our own cheese room. What the heck? Frankie fromage? Oh my goodness, look at this. I genuinely think the biggest issue with this place is whether or not you want cameras on you 24/7 and whether or not you trust yourself to live alongside Mysterio, who could literally go invisible. What if you're just trying to sleep and relax or take a shower and this guy suddenly appears behind you, creeping on you? I could not have you in this town if I wanted to live here. I'm gonna have to get rid of you, and look at that. Suddenly everything becomes so much more relaxing, so much... Oh my goodness, all the guards are going for me as well. Okay, I may not have security looking after me anymore, but look at all of the shops we've got going on here. We've got our very own bar. There's plenty of room to park my Lamborghini wherever I want, and gates to stop people coming in who I don't want to visit. If I'm ever low on money, I can just ransack Iron Man's secret base here and sell all this merchandise off to make a load of money. Okay, is there not a bedroom in this place? What? Where am I meant to? Okay, there we go. Weird place to have a bedroom, but it does work. Once I got rid of all of these guys and settled in a little bit, this could work. With Doom no longer on the island, I disconnect all the cameras, get rid of all the henchmen, and have my own town and shops to look after me. Doom didn't realize he was actually making me the perfect place to live in Fortnite World. I have just pulled up with my Lamborghini to Grim Gate, and I don't know where I could park it without it getting flooded and covered in giant red goo. As cool as this place is to land and get loot if you're actually playing Fortnite, don't get me wrong, this is a great place to be. I don't know how livable this would be. There's barely any structures that actually cover you. Most of this is open, so if it ever rained or we had bad weather, you'd get absolutely soaked. A little bit creepy to raise a kid in. Look at the water hazard. If he accidentally fell out of his car and landed in this stuff, he'd literally drown. I don't think I've found a single bed anywhere here, and I don't quite like the idea of lying on concrete floor. Wait, is there a bed in here? There is. All right, let's get rid of this giant Avengers chest. You're kind of blocking where I need to sleep, buddy. But I mean, look at this. No doors, no windows. It'd be absolutely freezing. You've got a giant pink-headed wolf walking around the whole time, feeling the need to howl. He'd be keeping you up all night. Are you kidding me? Listen to that. Can't lie. Went into his place with high hopes, but having actually had a look around, I'm afraid to say to the estate agent that I don't know how long I'd last here. I genuinely think I could survive here one day just to say that I've done it. And then I get sick of all the water, the bricks, and the freezing cold weather. Restored reels. You could watch films on the biggest screen ever. I would definitely have to do that. But those speakers seem to be blasting music all the time. I'm not quite sure if I could sleep with that happening all the time. We do have a few shops. Popcorn to eat, soda to drink, and a few friendly faces that at least I could talk to so I don't lose my sanity. But where would I actually live? Like, most of this is just giant brick bathing areas. I don't think I found a single bed anywhere. In fact, the most comfy thing I think I've found is this chair, so at least I could get served a nice meal. Are there any bedrooms just on the outskirts? Not really. If I'm to last here more than 24 hours, I'm gonna have to find at least somewhere where I can rest my head. Oh my goodness! Casket, lights. Okay, this is getting worse the more that I explore. I mean, genuinely, this could be the best place I've found to rest so far. Excuse me, sir. Where do you sleep? I need to steal your bedroom. Don't be scaring me. You kidding me? I'm trying to be nice. I mean, I could rest under the giant screen. Nah, you know what, lads? This is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. I'd enjoy my giant cinema session, and after the novelty of that has worn off, I would be out of it after one single day. I've always loved landing at Rebel's Roost. I mean, it's definitely a little bit creepier with the Halloween update, and I'm not keen on those gargoyles, but if we head on in, we got some friends to hang out with, and basically our own giant mansion to live in. We got a grand piano, but now the more I'm actually starting to look around and realize, is it livable? The more that I realize it's less of a home and more of an abandoned building. What on earth is going on here? We do have a computer, something I didn't even consider at some of the other POIs. We get access to the internet. We can upload YouTube videos. I can continue my job here. I can become a DJ. I've always wanted to play music for people. Further up we go. Like, we can spruce this up, people. I'm getting rid of all of these cauldrons. They're getting cut. They're gone. There's so many rooms. I mean, look at this. We can sell weapons on the black market and make ourselves some money. Don't know what we're going to do about food. And I'm just kind of hoping that there's beds under all of that rubbish. Yeah, there's definitely going to be beds and sofas, right, guys? If we go all the way into the attic, we get even more space. This is quite a big living quarters, to be honest with you. We've got a nice little balconies. We can look out at everyone. Well, our one friend that lives with us. Food would be an issue. But I mean, this place is massive. It is super livable, guys. Get me in there. The Underworld. The best way to describe this is basically Grimgate's big brother. This place is a lot bigger, but has all the same water hazards, and I'm also worried that there won't be any beds. Now that I've realized I also need to be entertained at these places as well, I'm viciously searching for any signs of a computer or TV or something to keep me interested. And we also have this giant devil man who owns the entire place, and I don't trust him to like stab me in the back when I'm not looking. I don't know where he sleeps at night, but he's got a nice big comfy throne to literally lie on. I think I can hear people screaming. And there's also a cell here. This is where Midas came out of. Imagine if Mephisto just took a disliking to me and locked me up in there forever. Yeah, you know what? I thought this place would be bigger, better, and more livable than Grimgate. But the more I look around, and the fact that we've got a devil residing within this location makes me think that actually this place is worse than Grimgate. Oh, but there is a chair to sit on at least, so my legs won't get tired. This is the first one I'm going to have to put in. I wouldn't survive. I would not even lay foot in this place with Mephisto there. The Raft. This place is a locked down facility. There's a big if for this location, and that's whether or not you could befriend Emma Frost. And if she liked you, and all the henchmen got along with you, then you've got your literal own helipad to come in and out of this place. But be careful of all of these security barriers as well, actually. It's a very secure place, but let's not forget the fact that there is also a cafeteria in here. Look at this, my very own kitchen. I can turn one of the henchmen into a chef. Oh my goodness, they're cooking pretzels. Are you kidding me? I could live off pretzels. That's fine. Now look, I'm not sure how my wife would take this one, but I may have to live alongside Emma Frost. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Okay. Emma, I thought we could be friends. I thought we could be besties. But I think I may have to take you down to live here. And if you were not here, that means I do lose having henchmen as chefs, which I can't lie, I was very looking forward to. I mean, I've got a giant cat litter train. I do own 2 cats and 2 dogs. So this is actually a big plus point for this location. I don't actually know where Emma Frost sleeps at night. Is it in here? Oh, okay. It's a bunk bed situation with a toilet that's broken and no front door. That would be quite cold, actually. Look, I was quite looking forward to living here. Me and Emma Frost hanging out. All the henchmen having fun together. Wait, what about these upper rooms? Nope. Doors wide open. More bunk beds? Really, Emma? That's how you're sleeping at night? Look, I'm not going to lie. I'm disappointed. I don't think I could last here anywhere near as long as I hoped I could. Those bunk beds alone would last literally one day. I'm sorry, Raft. You're going down low on the list. Oh, boy. Nitro Dome. Where do I start? Well, I mean, first of all, there are giant spiky metal death machines, fire bursting out of the ground. I'm trying to raise a family here. 2 cats, 2 dogs, children, and a wife. This isn't looking good so far. Let's have a look at the living quarters. We've got an umbrella with a lot of weird clothes to pick from. We do have some computer screens, but I mean, the technology looks pretty old. A sofa I could potentially lie on and sleep. Hey, at least my wife would have somewhere to do her makeup. Can you imagine trying to sleep in here? I can barely hear my own voice over this music, let alone trying to get some rest. But if someone came here that I didn't like, I could activate the fire traps. I have found some food storage, a fridge, very important, and even hot dogs. So we would be able to... Oh, lots of hot dogs and burgers. We could potentially come in here for a passing visit just to show my son the dangers of the world, of living in a place like this. But look, we ain't surviving, all right? I'm not even spending 24 hours in this place. I'm not gonna lie. Grand Glacia looks incredible. I've got my own front courtyard where I can park all my cars. I can reboot my friends if we ever get taken down. Like, me and my wife and my kids can literally live forever. I've got my own butler service, carrying my cases, vending machines to keep me entertained, cashiers to loot to get unlimited gold. I mean, look at this place. It's massive. I do wish there were front doors on the front of the building to keep this place a little bit warmer, but we can get some central heating on. It'll be fine. Beds will not be an issue. Like, I literally think every single room in this place has bedrooms, and the further you go up, the more grand they get. Look at this. I could have the whole of the Fortnite island over for a sleepover here. Got beautiful classic music playing in the background. I could turn that off when I go to bed, but during the day, I'd keep that playing. That's magical. I come outside to my giant garden, which is being kept in pristine condition by none other than Edward Scissorhands. Make sure never to give him a handshake, otherwise you will lose your hand. Out of all the places we've looked at so far, this is the best. The rent would be astronomically high, but if we could afford it, it is going right up to the number uno spot on the list right now. Mount Olympus. Look at this place. I'm not sure if it would be an absolutely incredible place to live or an utterly terrible place to live. I really need to explore a little bit deeper. Impressive, that's for sure. If you ever invited your friends over and said, this is where I live, they would know that you are rich, that's for sure. We have a little Meowscles in the middle, holding up a giant sphere. I mean, ignore the pumpkin head. That'll be removed as we go out of Halloween. Where on earth would I actually rest my head, spend time doing anything other than looking at giant statues? Like, I'm not too sure. I think our best bet is head over to this building here, which seems like the most livable place of it all. A few bookshelves, a little bit cozier, a few warm lights from the chests. Look at this, I can come read some books. I don't need computer screens. I got books to keep me entertained. When I got bored of my books, I could come for a little bath. Oh my goodness, yes, please. Now, I know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking it as well. Where are we sleeping? It's always the #1 question when it comes to this place. My son would have to be kept quite close to us so that he doesn't fall off and land in the water. Surely Zeus had a giant bed somewhere around here to rest on. Otherwise, we may have to throw some blankets over his throne and turn that into a bedroom. It's just so grand and impressive. I'm sure I could find somewhere to sleep here, you know? Just because of the novelty alone, I would force myself to last here about a month. Enjoy the baths, take in the impressive views. I'd find somewhere to sleep. Brawler's Patch. This place has had a pretty significant makeover. And the thing that I'm least sure about is the fella that is patrolling this place. There's a lot of broken buildings here and a guy that's literally trying to kill me and my family with a pumpkin launcher. It's an impressive place. Don't get me wrong. It's just a very scary and intimidating place at the same time as well. You would have to be taken out, and I would literally be risking my life to come and live here. If I didn't take him down and he took me down instead, me and my family would literally be dead. I'm not quite sure what I think about all of these overgrown pumpkins and vines. I feel like give it a few months, give it more than a year, and this whole place would be taken over by vines and pumpkins. Not really sure what I do here to keep myself entertained, apart from poking fun at all the pumpkin heads on the statues. I'm desperately trying to find something that would make this potentially livable. But I mean, out of all the places we visited, there's not much livability. I'm being really honest with you guys right now. I think I've made my decision on this one. I cannot risk the lives of my family. I would not step in here. I reckon we'd get blown to smithereens for the pumpkin launcher. And even if we did take him down, there's not really anything to do. Red line rig. Do I really want to live on a rig? I'm going to give it a chance, though. You never know. A lot of the places we've been visiting recently don't even have a bedroom, computer, or anything to keep us entertained. This place may be a bit better facilitated. There's definitely some computers, but I think all they'll be doing is actually working on the machinery. Is there anywhere to actually rest and hang out? It's looking like me and the rest of my family would just be turned into literal rig workers. It's very much a job site rather than a place you want to rest your weary head and raise a family. You know what I mean? There's a lot of metal. There is, however, a nice little place to park my car and do some mechanical work if anything goes wrong. So once I'd come and inspected this place to see what I think of it, I could refuel my vehicle, pack everyone back into the car, and drive off to find somewhere else to live. Because, I mean, look at this place. What on earth are we going to do here? It's abandoned. It's cold. It just looks miserable. It's really not ideal, is it? Safe to say that a lot of Fortnite POIs are not the best to live in. Doom's Courtyard. One of the smaller POIs, but not to be underestimated. Again, get rid of all those annoying cameras and speakers. We got a, slightly imposing statue. We could let some moss and flowers overgrow on that and ignore it to focus on the building right here. It's not quite as exciting as Classy Courtyards was, which would have been impressive, but it does come with a building that is quite nice. Ooh, a little bit of a grand piano. Comfy sofas. Very posh bathroom with double sinks and a mirror. Are you kidding me? Honestly, so far, from every POI we've looked at, Dr. Doom has impressed me the most. We've got a little upstairs. Let's go and take a look. We've got a place to enjoy the sun and lounge as the sun rises in the morning. A pool table. Like, look, we'll be entertained for ages with this. Is there a place to rest? Is there a place to rest? Please be a place to rest. Like, it's not the heart. Oh, okay. Seriously? People just want to get sun when they live here? Is there really not a bedroom? Is there a computer? I mean, there's a Doom chest. We have a lot of weaponry to fight people off if we need to. And a clock to tell the time. Very important. So we wouldn't lose our sanity living here. There's a computer. I've got my own office room. Look at this. Perfect. I can record my videos in here. The whole bedroom situation could be an issue. But apart from that, everything I've seen, this is one of the better POIs, to be honest with you. And I reckon that comfy sofa that we looked at would be absolutely fine. I could live here. We could make it work. We've got a nice river flowing by to keep us entertained. Road to come in and out for friends to visit. I'm not sure if my back would be happy with this choice, but sleeping on a sofa, I reckon I could live maybe a month or so here. All right, it's time to go bigger. Doom's Castle. Now, we all thought and assumed that the Underworld would be the bigger, better version of Grim Gate, but it just ended up being more scary. But this place, I mean, it's incredible. Let's ignore the really freaky electric red tower that is nearby. Instead, just look at the scale of this thing. Like, you could spend a month alone just exploring every single room. You could sell all the trophies of all the bosses that have been taken down for big money. You have enough books to last you 10 years? I'm lost already, and I'm only a few rooms in. Grand piano, I can learn the piano again. There's, of course, a bit of an issue with Doombot himself. We'd have to assume that in all of these POIs, the storm definitely doesn't ever come in. Otherwise, we're not lasting more than a day. I mean, look at this place. It's incredible. I could last here a really good time, guys. As long as me and Doombot get along, we can make it work. He lives on this side. I'll live on the other side of the castle. I reckon I can live a solid year here before me and Doombot finally clashed heads and one of us would eventually get taken down. Brutal beachhead. I mean, I can't lie. It's an impressive impressive location to be living at. Having this giant shark ship and calling it your own home would be pretty epic. And the great thing is, since this season now no longer has a boss here, it's ours for the taking. I could call myself a pirate. I could live on the ship. But how long could I live on the ship for? Would I even want to live here? There's a lot to explore, and there's a lot of parts of this ship that actually are slightly off the main area as well. Places to park my car, places to fix my car. These little buildings on the side probably would be the best place. So we're just mining giant bits of metal. Not quite as livable as I first thought. Maybe I've got a little bit carried away here. There's not even any chairs. There's nothing. There's nothing to sit down and rest my weary legs on. The more I look around, the less enthused I am about being here. What about these side buildings? Come on, somewhere a little bit nicer to relax and hang out in. A chair! I could sleep on a chair. That's fine. Look, giant crane we can have a little bit of fun with. I think for the simple fact of saying that I lived on Brutal Beachhead is enough for me to dedicate at least one day of my life to be living there, but no more than that. And the last location to review before revealing the #1 place I'd live in the whole of the Fortnite map. Sandy Steps. This place is a lot bigger than I realized. Few pumpkin additions. So many buildings to choose from. Look at this. I could steal all their food from their fridge. I've got ovens to cook with. But honestly, the biggest and best part of this, right up here. There's a reason Peter Griffin chose this to be his main POI. Look at the grand gates. I can park my cars up here. I've got my own porta potty. Toilets. I didn't even think about toilets in most of these places, but here we are covered. If I ever want to go on a little boat trip, I've got a boat I can take out. Are you kidding me? This place is even better than I could have realized. You'd have to be okay with all of the sand because there is a lot of sand. But once you're inside here, at least you know it'll be warm. If there's sand, there's going to be sun. If there's sun, there's going to be heat. Look, a fire as well. Okay, downstairs gets a little bit creepy. But look, if someone tries to rob me, I've got my own vault to store my gold and riches in. This is good, people. This is livable. It genuinely shocks me how little bedrooms any of these POIs have. I don't know what our bosses and NPCs are doing when it comes to nighttime. There's got to be something here. Look at this. Oh, my goodness. Beautiful paintings on the wall. Bathrooms. Oh my gosh, guys. Guys, this is good. This is one of the best we've seen. Right at the end as well. Look how many other buildings you can have your friends and mates over in. This is genuinely top tier. Like, so much better than I could have expected. I could easily live here forever. But what about my #1 POI? I've made my decision. After there being a surprisingly good amount of places that I could live with me and my family, pets, stay warm, comfortable, I'm going to downgrade Grand Glacia because of how cold it would be there with all the snow around it. An upgrade Doomstat to be the #1 place that I spend my life if I was living in Fortnite. Get rid of the cameras. Dr. Doom's gone. Multiple shops, bedrooms, and a whole town I can fill with my family and friends. That's the #1 place I'd live. With Fortnite now being 7 years old, there have been multiple victory royales. We've taken a look at all of them in this video. I bet there's some that you've never seen before, so click to go and watch it. Let me know if you'd agree with the places that I'd live in Fortnite.